Hi there and welcome to day 13 for Yin Yoga for the entire back. We are going to be using a little blanket, or if you have a block you can use that, and if you have a blanket just fold it up a little bit. We're gonna start in hero's pose or any seat of your choice, and I'll meet you when you're here. All right, so take a moment to find your seat. Maybe you want to place some hands on your body to connect to your breath. Breathing in and out. Relaxing more and more of the body. Final breath in here and out. Finding dangling, so it's our only standing pose in Yin, tugging the toes under and finding a comfortable stance to hang about. So it might be that your legs are extended, it might be that they're bent. If you have a pillow or a blanket or a block, you could also place the hands there. You could hold on to opposite elbow. Find whatever works for you and whatever is the least amount of effort. That is our guidance in Yin. So how can I do less in this shape? And if you like, you can find very gentle movement, like swaying slowly side to side or front and back. That is very soothing for our nervous system, so maybe that's something that you're after today. Relaxing the head down and allowing gravity to do the majority of the work. Taking 2 final breaths here, in and out. Slowly unraveling from the pose. Maybe bending the knees, maybe finding your way back to hero's pose. Or any other shape that feels right to you. Next will be a child's pose, so just to let you know what's coming, but take a moment to digest the pose, I like to say. Sort of inviting this palate cleanser of stillness or movement, but most importantly, listening and tuning in. So for our next shape, it's a twisted child's pose. You could also do this lying on your belly and then just having the legs extended. I like to have a little pillow, so I folded the blanket another time. Then threading the left arm underneath the body, palm faces up. And then I like to have something underneath my forehead. You could place your hands down on the ground. I just like to have something underneath my head for this. Maybe you need to bring the knees a bit wider so you can really release between the thighs. And you can change the intensity of this twist by pulling the arm closer into the body or maybe pulling it further out, but again, less is more. Again, if child's pose isn't comfortable for you, then please feel free to come onto the belly, threading the arm underneath the chest, maybe forehead down or left cheek down. Where in the body you're still holding some tension, and where could you release just a bit more? Two final rounds of breath in and out. Slowly unravel. Maybe come back to center. Maybe it feels good to find a child's pose here. Or maybe you want to go into a tabletop first and then come back into child's pose whenever you're ready. Going for the other side if you feel ready for that. So threading now the right arm underneath. Maybe left arm to the side, forearm down, maybe something underneath the head. Right palm faces the sky. Changing intensity by steering the right arm. If you're in a child's pose, it's quite the curled position that can feel safe for some, but maybe you need more space, then the belly is a great option for you as well. Two last breaths in and out again. Gently coming back to center. Maybe come a little more upright. Perhaps you want to come onto the back already, which is where our next pose will take part or take place. And just make sure you have your blanket with you whenever you come down. See if you want movement, if you prefer stillness, space. And then if you're not on your back, I invite you to come down. We're going to use the blanket, the block, whatever you have. And I wouldn't use something too high. Stepping the feet then onto the mat, lifting your sit bones off the ground and placing this underneath the sit bones, so not underneath the back, but underneath your bum. And keeping the feet on the ground for now. Maybe you'd like to extend the arms overhead. That will make it more intense for most people. And then check in with your lower back. Maybe you want to stay in this supported bridge. You could walk the feet in any position because you don't need them for support. Or you could extend your legs out long for a rainbow bridge. Now, I am using a blanket which is lower than with a block. With a block, I find this uncomfortable in the lower back, but with the soft blanket, it feels nice. So if the lower back is saying, don't really like it, step foot back on, or also bring the arms back towards the body. So wherever you are, find a bit of space and allow the back to sink towards the ground. Might feel nice after having taken a child's pose to do the opposite, to find space and length. But maybe if it feels too spacious, you can always place hands on the body, step the feet back onto the mat. That way we condense the pose a bit more. And if you have your legs extended, I invite you to bring the feet back onto the mat. Take another breath in and out. Slowly hands to your support, lift the hips off the ground. And then maybe feet wide, knees together, maybe hands on the belly to tune into the body. Finally, just drop both legs to one side. Maybe the opposite hip lifts off the ground. And then through center to the other side. Back to the midline. Maybe extend the legs. Just choose in what shape and form you'd like to take a moment's rest. Breathing in and breathing out again. Just notice how you're feeling in this very moment. Maybe hands together, palms on top of your third eye, to take a moment to breathe in and out. Share gratitude towards the body. This is where I'll leave you. Stay for as long as you'd like. And I hope to see you tomorrow for a little bit of hip mobility. Take care.